Thank you for clicking on the video. As you can see, we're jumping into the Girl Meets World universe. As always, if you don't like spoilers, go watch Girl Meets World and then come back here. If you don't care, we move on. Um, so I liked Boy Meets World, and so when Girl Meets World was coming out, I was excited for it. Mind you, when I really was paying attention to Boy Meets World, I was young when just the older episodes, like the older seasons, was still coming out with new episodes. So I was still a teen or something like that when Girl Meets World came out. So I was still excited for it, and I kind of liked it. Don't get me wrong, there was certain things about it, acting wise and stuff like that, that I was like, In certain episodes, I'm like, But overall, I thought it was okay. It could have went longer, in my opinion. I was really looking forward to see if Riley and Farkle ended up together because I thought they was in game. But this ain't about that in this video. In this particular video, we're gonna talk about Mya and the issues that I have with her and how she was not she was not Riley's real friend. So this girl, mind y'all, when we start the show, she is madly in love with Riley's uncle Josh. And we do have this weird episode where some college girls tell Josh that, well, you're only 3 years older than her, and then when she's 17, it won't really matter. Some weird crap. I'm going to be completely honest. When I originally watched it, I was young, and I'm like, that kind of makes sense, I guess. Older, a grown-ass adult, that's a problem. No. Even when I was dating as a teen, I had a 2-year rule, and I pretty much just, liked people that was the same age as me. I really wasn't looking at no, they were in middle school when the show starts. I wasn't looking at high schoolers, if I'm being completely honest. So I don't know if that was good advice. Especially, talking to a guy about, that was terrible advice to give to a guy, especially with, the history of society. Just terrible advice. But yeah, so she's madly in love with him, and she's just like, oh, that's endgame. Mind y'all, she kind of pushed Riley into talking to Lucas, and Riley really liked Lucas. They had a little thing, okay? Now, there was an episode where Riley and Farkle were going through some type of identity crisis, and Mya thought it was a great idea because they needed a Riley in the classroom to pretend to be Riley while Riley was pretending to be Marsha in black or something like that. I don't know. It wasn't herself, okay? And because of the dumbass advice from her mother, her mom, an actor, said, well, when you're pretending to be someone else, you might discover stuff about them that they don't even know. So when she says that she loves Lucas like a brother while she's pretending to be Riley, she thinks, oh, Riley must love him like a brother. I don't think that's the case. I think Mya loved him like a brother, but I just don't like the fact that you get to the point of thinking that Riley loves him like a brother, and so all of a sudden you're just in strong like of him. Now all of a sudden you have a crush on him. Now all of a sudden you want to be with him. Girl, get out of my face. That was some trifling ass shit. I hated that plot line. I absolutely despise it. And I don't know if they put that plot line in there because they started to lean more into trying to get Farkle and Riley as endgame, but it was still stupid. Y'all could have just made Riley and Lucas friends. You ain't have to have Mya do that weird shit. You're not her friend, because this whole time you've been helping her gain confidence in trying to date this boy just to turn around, and now because Riley is your friend, she feels bad. That during those 2 or 3 episodes where they go to Texas, Riley realizes, oh, Mya thinks that I love him as a brother and she likes him, so I'm gonna just step back, which is such BS. Girl, Don't hide your feelings because you've been very open and honest about your feelings for this guy. So why should you have to change your feelings because this girl want to come in here and act like she know what's going on inside your brain when you barely know what's going on inside of your fucking brain? Like you know what I mean? Like Riley was, I'm pretty sure she was like neurodivergent for sure, but she was like all over the place, you know. But one thing she knew was how she felt about the people that she was around. So I don't think that if she liked Lucas as a brother and a brother only, that she would hold that back. I don't think she would constantly want to go on dates with him, and you know, like when he flirts with her, she would be like, hey, yeah, I like you as a friend. Because one thing also about Riley was she was pretty honest about damn near everything. You know, she couldn't hold her containment in her honesty. So, you know, if that's how she genuinely felt, then she would have made that very clear. And the only reason Mya felt that way is because her mom, who was not a good actor, by the way, so I don't even know why she would give that dumbass advice to her to begin with. Like, her mom told her that dumbass shit, and then all of a sudden she was like, well, she don't like him for real, so I can like him. And then when they had them like doing the whole weird love triangle thing, I hate when shows do that. It's so stupid. Like there's so many other plot lines do not resolve. Like don't just get to the point of only doing a love triangle. It's such lazy fucking writing. You know what I mean? Like do something else. Be creative. Like there are actual healthy couples in the world, and there are ways to maneuver a storyline to get to the relationship that you want without having to put some weird love triangle. Like their first episode of high school, they run into these 3 high schoolers who are in a love triangle similar to their situation, and they're still just like, oh, do you still like him? Do you still like him? Oh yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Well, I'm not going anywhere. Like, what are we doing here? Like, it was terrible freaking writing. And also, I didn't like Spackle. I think that was her name, Spackle. I didn't like her. She was very annoying. I didn't like her and Farkle together. Like, it was again, I felt like it was just kind of lazy writing. But like I said, I liked the idea of Riley and Farkle being together, like being a couple. But I feel like they could have done it a better way than having Mya like betray Riley essentially. Again, if you go back and watch, like she pushes Riley onto his lap in the train. You know, when Riley's nervous about, you know, talking to him or, you know, going on a date with him, she encourages her. And you do all of this to help her be, you know, comfortable around this person she has a crush on, you know, because the people that she just wants to be friends with, when what's his name, Zach, I think his name was, when Zach showed up, she was just friends with him and had no problem talking to him. Okay, with everyone else around her, she had no problem talking to them. So like, she genuinely liked Lucas, and Mya just decided in her brain to put Riley in her own little space and then steal her man, basically. Like, girl, terrible friend. You're a terrible friend. I wouldn't be friends with you. I wouldn't be friends with you at all. But that's all I had to say. It was more so a rant. It was. Because that really pissed me off when that happened. And I feel like maybe it pissed quite a few people off. You know, I don't know. But, yeah. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Also, feel free to like put your opinion in the comment. Like, did you like the idea of Mya and Lucas, or were you more like Riley and Lucas, or did you care at all? Like, because I know a lot of people don't actually care about Girl Meets World, but it was a show that, you know, I found to be okay, you know, coming off of the Boy Meets World, you know, era. So, you know, I thought it was okay. But yeah, until next time, bye.